तारिणं कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं खलु शायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। भुजे सव्यवेणुं शिरसि शिखिपिच्छं कटितटे दुकूलं नेत्रान्ते सहचरकटाक्षं विदधते सदा श्रीमद्वृन्दावनवसति लीलापरिचयो जगन्नाथस्वामी नयनपथगामी भवतु मे। वन्दे नन्दव्रजस्त्रीणां पादरेणुम् अभीक्ष्णशः यासां हरिकथोद्गीतं पुनाति भुवनत्रयं भक्त्या विहीन अपराधलक्षैक्षिप्ताश्च कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयी त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नवृन्दे नुमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। भूमौ स्वखलितपादानां भूमिरेव यवलम्बनं त्वय्यजातयपराधानां त्वमैव शरणं प्रभु। वागीशा यस्य वदने लक्ष्मीर्यस्या च वक्ष्यसि यस्यास्ते हृदये संवित्तं नृसिंहामहं भजे। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यप्रभुनित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So we will start chapter number 7 today, where the discussion between the Avadhuta Brahmana and the Yadu begins. So a little bit of summary of this chapter till the actual conversation begins, and then we will read a few verses today. So 11th canto, 7th chapter. उद्धवेर प्रार्थना श्रवणे श्रीकृष्ण स्वीय स्वीय स्वधामगत स्वधाम गमनेच्छा स्वीय अवतरणेर उद्देश्य सिद्धि एवं ताहार लीला संवरणेर जगते करिल संवरणे जगते कलिर दौरात्म्यमेर कथा जानाइया उद्धवेर संन्यास ग्रहण पूर्वक एवं ताहा के मनोनिवेश पूर्वक ज्ञान विज्ञान संपन्न होइया निर्लिप्त भावे सर्वभूत सुहृद रूपे माया मनोमय नश्वर जगते विचरण करते उपदेश करिले. This is the sentence, one sentence. Prabhupada, in those days, the work was like this. The longer the sentence, the great scholarly this thing it was. So that time required that kind of a presentation. There were so many pandits, there were so many scholars. So for the scholars to be able to read and get attracted, usually scholars get attracted by such language and by such complications in it. So it is said that Uddhava prayed to Sri Krishna. When Sri Krishna told that my purpose of coming to this world is finished, I have come to annihilate the demons and protect the sadhus, so that purpose is served. And now I desire to go back to my own world. I don't want to stay here any longer, so I want to go back. But the thing is that the moment I withdraw my pastimes in this material world, the influence of the Kali will increase. The Kali will immediately attack as soon as I, withdraw myself from this material world. So it will be extremely difficult in that Kali, age of Kali. So what you have to do, you have to be full with Jnana and Vijnana, the knowledge and realized knowledge. Jnana means just the knowledge, Vijnana means a realized knowledge, the knowledge that has reached the state of realization. So in this 11th canto, he is giving the instructions to Uddhava. So much knowledge, devotional knowledge he is giving to Uddhava. So he is telling that after my disappearance, because the Kali is going to be attacking this world, you need to be Janaya Uddhaver Sannyas Grahan Purvak. You have to accept sannyas. You have to become a renunciate. Renunciate means you have to give up your fruitive activities, your family and other things. You give up all these things and be fixed in the knowledge and the realized knowledge. Nirlipta bhave sarvabhuta sahrida rupe. You become unattached to everything. Don't become attached. He is telling Uddhava how to live in his absence. Now, till Lord Krishna is there, everyone got attached to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So it was automatic. It was so natural. Like when Guru Maharaj was present, it was all natural. Like everyone is coming, everyone is sitting with Gurudev, taking darshans, participating in the kirtans. It is all natural. But after the disappearance of such personalities, then what happens is the Kali's attack will begin. Actually, that is why Prabhupada says the true test of a disciple begins after the disappearance of Guru. It is the true testing phase. How much of Guru's instructions we have accepted, how much of Guru's association we have actually made, and how much of them are we trying to follow. So this is the actual phase. When Guru is there, he is always protected. We are sort of, in a saved situation. But in the absence, the same world becomes a hostile, entity that is coming to attack us and devour us. That's why Raghunath Das Goswami has mentioned that the same Govardhan that gives me pleasure, he is appearing like a cobra coming to devour me. The same Radhakunda, Shyamakunda, which are pleasure giving to the devotees, they are like Vyaghra, like tigress coming to kill me. In the absence of my Lord Gauranga, the same Govardhan, Radhakund, Shyamkunda, they are appearing like this. It's not that they are like that, but the separation is the feeling that he has. Vyaghra Tundam, it's like a trunk of an elephant that is coming to attack. So in this way, the pure devotees have such a feeling. And they are mentioning that the same environment that was once looking very congenial to us becomes hostile to us in the absence of such personalities because of the influence of Kali. So how you have to live in such a state? Sri Krishna is telling to Uddhava, stay detached. Don't become attached to anyone. Accept sannyas means give up your fruitive activities. Not like accepting Tridanda sannyas, but give up all your fruitive activities, family members and all these things. And what you have to do? Sarva bhuta suhrida rupe. You have to become merciful to all the living entities. Now in the absence of the Supreme Lord, the devotees are the rescuers. So those who have taken association with the Supreme Lord, now they are the persons who can rescue. Like in the absence of Gurudev, those who are very closely and intimately associated, those who have association for a long time. Many devotees are there, many disciples of Gurudev, they had been associating with him for a long time. So they are our rescuers. We have to approach them that, how would Guru Maharaj act in such situations? Please give me some instructions about Gurudev's teachings. Like this. So, Krishna is empowering Uddhava. Now you have to go from place to place. You give up your family and become detached, fixed in full knowledge of me. Become merciful on the devotees, on the living entities, and Nashwar Jagate Vicharan Kurite Upadesh Korilen. Bolilen. He told that now wander in this temporary material world, go to door, place to place, and give my instructions to everyone. So Krishna is giving this instruction to Uddhava that now it is your responsibility to make everyone Krishna conscious. उद्धव बोलें जे अनासक्ति रूप त्याग निश्रेयसेर हेतु होइलो सर्वतो भावे भगवत भक्त भिन्न अपर विषय आसक्त जीवेर पक्षे ताहा अतीव दुष्कर. He is telling that, my dear Lord, you are instructing me to become free from attachment, to be detached, to not have attachment to anything, and only to work for the eternal welfare. You are asking me to do this, but is it possible for a person like me who is entangled in your Trigonatmika Maya, your threefold, your Maya, which is of three modes of material nature, and who is Vishayasakta, who is attached to the material objects? How is it possible for a person like me? You are asking me to become detached and work for eternal welfare, but how is it possible? It's not possible. ताहार न्याय देहात्म बुद्धि मूढ़लोक चाहते भगवद आदेश कार्ये परिणत कोरिते पारेन तद्रूप उपदेशेर प्रयोजन. So for a person, such persons who are attached to material objects, those who have attachment to material desires and objects, for them they are dehatma buddhi. Dehatma buddhi means dehe atma buddhi. In the body, they think that they are the body. They don't understand that they are atma. Because they think that they are the body, they understand that bodily needs are their actual needs. It depends on how we define ourselves. If we define ourselves as body, then the necessity of the body becomes my necessity. If I define myself as mind, then the needs of the mind will become my actual needs. But if I define myself as Atma, or if I realize myself as Atma, my need will be the Atma's needs. What is the need of Atma? Paramatma. Atma requires another Atma. Atma does not require matter. Soul can never associate with matter. He can never be satisfied in the association of a dead matter. Nobody. We falsely think that we are this body, but the thing is that if we are in the middle of so many dead bodies, will we be happy? None of us will be happy, because matter will not give us any happiness, any pleasure. It is Atma, it is a living person, living entity who gives us pleasure. Therefore, a person who knows that he is Atma, he will immediately search for, where is Paramatma? Because Atma's nature is Ananda. Therefore, Atma looks for Ananda only, pleasure only. It does not look for anything else. And where is that available? It's available at another Atma or Paramatma, where Paramananda, the supreme Ananda, is possible. So he is telling that, so you have to give me instructions, or you have to give instructions to those persons who are mudha, those who are foolish, those who think that they are मूढ़लोक जहाते भगवत आदेश कार्य परिणत कोरिते पारेन. You please give instructions so that people like us who are accustomed to seeing everything material, give us instructions so that we can follow those and try to walk on the path of eternal welfare. अतएव ब्रह्मादि देवगणेरु बहिर्मुखता निबंधन. তিনি একমাত্র Satyopadeshta, Sarvadosha Varjito, Sarvagya, Vaikuntadish, Jivaika Bandhu, Narayanarei Sharanapanno. So, he is telling that even Brahma and others, they are also under the spell of Maya. They are also under the control of Maya. You see, now you are gone, my dear Lord. If you disappear from this world, we can see only up to Brahma, not we, but Uddhava. But they are also under the spell of Maya. Only you, my dear Lord, who are Satyopadeshta, only you can speak truth. Who can speak truth? Only a person who is vowed to speak truth means a person who is absolute. He who has no expectation from anyone. If I speak truth, the person may like or may not like, but I have to speak the truth. One needs to have that guts, that daring, that courage to speak truth, isn't it? It's very difficult to speak truth because you are always fearful what the person in front of me will think. So in this material world, if you see, everyone wants to please others, but if you speak truth, others are not pleased. So you have to polish in such a nice way that people will understand. And that is what is called sabhyata. Sabhyata means that is what is called as civilization also. If you speak truth as it is, then you are not civilized, isn't it? How dare you speak like that? But if you say the same thing in a polished way, you are so nice, but if you can do this, it will be nice. He is a civilized person. But if you tell, why are you doing like this? You are supposed to do this way, then people don't like it. They call you as barbarian, you don't know. But so because we always expect that people respect me, people honor me, people don't think bad about me. Therefore, nobody can speak truth. So who can speak truth? Only a person who is fearless. That's why Srila Prabhupada used to say, who can speak Harikatha? Who can speak Harikatha? If a person speaking Harikatha thinks that, if I say that, worship of demigods is not good, then maybe people don't follow me. Therefore, I will say, you can worship everyone, but Krishna's worship is better. In a way that everyone can accept. You don't have to give up your family members, you serve them also, but you serve Krishna also simultaneously. He cannot speak Sarva Dharman Parityajya. He cannot say that you have to give up all your so-called other dharmas and simply surrender to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. You don't have to take care of other things. Simply surrender to the Lord. He cannot say. Like Prabhupada, when the two students from the Scottish Church College, they came to him. What did he say? Our houses are burning, the two students said. Let the entire world burn. You are not at loss. Who can speak such a truth? Only Supreme Lord or his true representatives. Others cannot. So he is telling that, Uddhava is telling that, you are Satyopadeshta. Only you can speak absolute truth. Absolute truth also means Supreme Lord. Who can give Supreme Lord? Only the Lord can speak about himself. Therefore, you please give those instructions. Sarva dosha varjita, and you are free from all defects. In this material world, everyone has defects. But my dear Lord, you are free from all defects. Therefore, because you always speak truth, you are free from defects. You are the only qualified man to give such instructions. And Sarvagya, you are an all-knower. Why an all-knower is required? I will say tomorrow, let's say Madhavi comes and asks me, Prahlad Prabhu, what I should do. I say, Madhavi, you do like this. I am thinking of her immediate future only. She does like that. 1 month, 2 months later, she sees that, negative result has come. Why? Whatever I said is only for some time. I don't know beyond what's going to happen. For the next 1 week, you do, if she does, then valid. After that, how it is going to react, I don't know. Anything in this material world, any advice, we are going to doctor is giving an advice, he is giving medicine, but only to that limited period only, isn't it? Beyond, there is no scope. Sarvagya, an all-knower. No, if you do like this, maybe for the next 10 days you will be good, but the 11th day it's going to be very bad for you. Only Sarvagya, an all-knower. So, ordinary materialistic people, they say that, oh, I am in agony, I am in distress, so you please tell me what I should do. No problem, you do worship of Shani Devata, or you worship something else, you will be alright. But I cannot say worship Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Why? Because I am not Sarvagya, I am not an all-knower. What is going to happen next? I don't know. So similarly, he is telling that you are an all-knower. And Vaikunthadish. Vaikuntha means, the meaning of Vaikuntha is where there is no anxiety. A place which is free from anxiety is called Vaikuntha. So you are master of that place where there is no anxiety. So you are only eligible. Uddhava is speaking to Sri Krishna that only you are eligible to give me instructions. You are sweating? You want fan?
No.
If you want, we can. You? No? Okay. Jivaika Bandhu. And you are the only friend of living entities. Who can be true friend? A person who can rescue us from the greatest danger is our greatest friend, isn't it? And the greatest danger is death. Who can rescue us? Only the Lord or his devotees. So Uddhava is telling that, my dear Lord, only you have to give instructions on how to live after your departure. Tachravane Bhagavan bolilen, Jiver Atmai Jiver Guru जीव मनुष्य देह अन्वय व्यतिरेक विचार द्वारा भगवत अनुसंधान पूर्वक ताहा लाभ करिते पारे. So when Krishna heard this, that who will guide me, who will guide all of us after your departure, then Sri Krishna told, you see, Jiver Atmai Jiver Guru. The living entity's Atma is their Guru. Means you have to start learning from your Atma. We have to take instructions. As Chaitya Guru, the Lord is sitting inside. In the absence of Sri Krishna, in the absence of Sri Guru, one has to learn to, learn. One has to learn from his own self. Jiva मनुष्य देह अन्वय व्यतिरेक विचार द्वारा अनुसंधान पूर्वक ताहा लाभ करते पारे. By अन्वय and व्यतिरेक, by direct and indirect means. Direct and indirect means someone is seeing directly. By using our intelligence, you can say, oh, this is not how Guru Maharaj used to act. This is not the Lord has instructed. Direct. In such a direct way, one can understand the teachings of the Supreme Lord, and also indirectly. So, Krishna is telling that I have created so many living entities. Out of those, I have created human beings. After creation of the human beings, I am very happy, because now they have the discriminating power. By the discriminating power, they can understand what is good and what is not good for them. Therefore, you have to use that intelligence, my dear Uddhava. I have given you instructions all these days. You have taken my association all these days, but now you have to use your discriminating power. He is explaining further. Ei sthale, ei nimitta, manusha dehai bhagavaner samadhik priya. In this regard, humans are more capable, and therefore they are very dear to me. Humans are very dear to me because only they can think about what is good for them and what is not good for them. এই স্থলে ভগবান এক প্রাচীন অবধূত যদু সংবাদ বর্ণন করিলেন. So in this regard, the discussion between Avadhuta Brahmana and Yadu is being narrated. Krishna told that how you have to use your good intelligence to take knowledge from everything around you. So in respect to that, Sri Krishna has mentioned to Uddhava the conversation between Yadu and Avadhuta Brahmana. So that we are going to start from today. So the humans, the underlying point is the humans have got the discriminating power, what to accept and what not to accept, what is good and what is bad. Humans have got this. And with the use of such an intelligence, the living entity can understand, what is to be done and what is not to be done. उधर है आपका. So we will start to read how Avadhuta Brahmana has taken teachings and lessons from the environment surrounding him. He is seeing, like we are also seeing. But how does a devotee see everything? And how we are supposed to see. That is how we will learn. How we are supposed to see this world. So this is being mentioned here. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 7th chapter, verse number 24. हरन्ति ममितिहासं पुरातनम् अवधूतस्य संवादं यदोरमित तेजसः. ए विषये प्राचीनगण परम विवेकी कोनो एक अवधूत एवं जदूर संवाद रूप यही पुरातन इतिहास वर्णन करिया थाकेन. So Sri Krishna is telling to Uddhava that in this regard, in which regard? How to learn directly and indirectly by our sensory perception, by our intelligence. So in this regard, those who are intelligent, they often describe the conversation between Avadhuta and Yadu. Yadu is son of King Yayati. So Yayati's son Yadu and Avadhuta Brahmana, the people who are intelligent, they narrate this. Avadhutam dvijam kanchit charantam makuto bhayam kavim nirikshya tarunam yaduhu papracha dharmavit. धर्मज्ञ यदु एक समय निर्भय विचरणशील विवेकी तरुण वयस्क एक अवधूत ब्राह्मण के दर्शन करिया जिज्ञासा करियाछिलेन. So Yayati's son Yadu was just wandering about, and at that time he saw that, and this Yadu is mentioned as Dharmagya. Dharmagya means a person who is righteous, very religious. He saw that an Avadhuta means, the meaning of Avadhuta means a person who has no possessions. Avadhuta is not his name, but it is his qualification that he has nothing in his possession. So he saw that one Avadhuta was wandering without any fear. You see, it is very difficult to find a person who is fearless, isn't it? Particularly a person who is anxiety free. Now everyone is talking about coronavirus, almost everyone. They are talking about the virus only. Why? Nobody is free from anxiety. Everyone is worried. Everyone is in tension. Now when will that come, and when will that hype in India, and then what is going to be the dreadly result of it? So everyone is in such a tension. So in middle of all these things, a person who is fearless, if you see, you will be astounded or not. Definitely, in this world, actually, two persons are happy. A person who is completely fixed in knowledge, or a person fully foolish. Either a person is fully foolish, he does not know. Like one person who comes for our aarti every day, he's always happy, isn't it? Jada Bharat, he's like Jada. He is always happy. He is not in tension. Because he does not know what is virus, what is this, what is going to happen. Ignorant person is happy. And a person who is fully knowledgeable is also happy. And people like us who have half knowledge, they are always in danger. Those who have no full knowledge or those who are not completely ignorant, they are always in tension and anxiety. So Avadhuta and another person who is happy is a person who has nothing in possession. What is to be lost? If I am, if I die or if something has to happen, what am I going to lose? Isn't it? Only a person who can think that what am I going to lose if I die? Only such a person will be very happy. So here is telling that Nirbhaye, one Avadhuta was wandering very fearlessly around. Viveki, but he seemed very intelligent. And Taruna Bayasko, his age is also not much. He was a very young age. एक अवधूत ब्राह्मण के दर्शन कुरिया जिज्ञासा कुरिया चलन. So he saw such a Avadhuta who is very young aged. A person who is renounced to such a age is also, a point of amazement. That how could one live at a very young age, fully knowledgeable, completely free from any anxiety or fear? He is wandering here and there. So when Yadu saw that, he went and inquired. What did he inquire? Yaduruvacha kuto buddhiriyam brahmanna kartum savisharada yama sadhya bhavang lokam vidvans charati balavat. श्री यदु बोलिलेन, हे ब्राह्मण, आपनी कोनो रूप सत्कर्मेर अनुष्ठान करितेछेन ना, तथापि आपनार ईदृशी सर्वलोक विलक्षण बुद्धि की रूपे उत्पन्न हইল? जे बुद्धि बले आपनी विद्वान हইয়াও बालकेर न्याय पृथ्वीते विचरण करितेछेन. So Yadu inquired. When he saw an Avadhuta, a Brahmana who is fearlessly wandering, young aged, he asked, my dear Brahmana, you seem to be not performing any activity. And Avadhuta, what activity he performs? Like we do a big gathering, a ritualistic activity, some other activity, but you seem to be not performing any activity as such. तथापि आपनार ईदृशी सर्वलोक विलक्षण बुद्धि की रूपे उत्पन्न हইল? But you seem to be very intelligent. How is it possible? According to many of us, who is intelligent? Who is working always? Working like a donkey, he is intelligent, isn't it? If you are not working, then you are less intelligent, you are ignorant. But if you work like a donkey, he is a very intelligent person because he is working for his family, he is working for his... So here he is putting a question that you don't seem to be performing any activity, but still you seem to be having knowledge. Only a person who is knowledgeable, only a sadhu can understand another sadhu. Here the point is to be noted. We may see such a person, but we will not be able to understand. We may think him to be a madman. Like Jada Bharat. Not everyone understood him to be a devotee. One has to be a devotee to really understand who is a devotee or not. Sadhu requires another sadhu to understand. A non-sadhu cannot understand a sadhu. A sadhu cannot understand sadhu. To understand a sadhu is required. Just like a doctor's language, only another doctor understands. An engineer's language, another engineer understands. He can understand whether that engineer is right or wrong. But as an ignorant person, whatever he says, oh yes, he is very knowledgeable. But another engineer will declare, oh no, this is very simple thing. What is great about it? Similar way, sadhu, we may understand, we may see external activity. Jada Bharat is not doing any activity. If you see from the mouth, he is not even chanting also. What is sadhu? No. Another devotee can understand. So similarly here, Yadu was not an ordinary person that he could understand these qualities of sadhu in Avadhuta Brahmana. So he asked that you don't seem to be performing any activity, but still you seem to be knowledgeable. How is it possible? जे बुद्धि बले आपनी विद्वान होइयाओ बालकेर न्याय पृथ्वीते विचरण करितेछेन. And even though you are fully knowledgeable, you seem to have knowledge, but just like a small child having no knowledge, you are wandering here and there. It's like a madman, like a child. Like child, you don't understand what direction he takes when he walks, which way, you don't know. So you seem to be wandering like a small child, not like a knowledgeable man, but you still are knowledgeable. I am not able to understand your activities. Will you please explain to me how is it possible? प्रायो धर्मार्थ कामेषु विवित्सायांच मानवा हेतुनैव समीहन्ते आयुषो यशसः श्रियः. जगते मानवगण प्राय आयु यश एवं ऐश्वर्य कामनाएं धर्म अर्थ काम एवं आत्म तत्व विचारे प्रवृत्त होइया थाके. In this material world, usually, why does one perform activity? Why does anyone perform activity in this material world? Which fruit? He's telling either money or to fulfill the desire, or to get fame, or to fulfill some ritualistic activity. Everyone is performing activities, but their desire is either one of the things or all of them. I want to get fame. I don't want people to call me a foolish person, a lazy person, not doing anything. Or I don't want to depend on someone, therefore I want to earn money. Isn't it? Or I want to fulfill my desires. If I don't have money, how can I fulfill my desire? So everyone in this material world is working only with this intention. What is that? Aishwarya Kamanai, Ayu, to enhance the life. Now everyone is inside the home. Why? They want to increase their life. Isn't it? Now everyone stopped working because they want to increase their life. So every activity is underlying thing is either to increase the lifespan, or to increase the fame, or to fulfill dharma, artha and kama, material desires, to earn money, or atmat vichare pravrit hoy. And some few persons also perform activities about atma vichar. Atma vichar means about the atma. Here atma is not atma. Atma means the mind. They perform activities to get happiness of the mind or the body. Generally, people in the world, they perform activities. You are intelligent, but you are not performing any activity. I want to understand from you what is the reason for this. You are intelligent, and so-called intelligent persons in this world, they are doing all these things, but you are not doing. You are behaving like a small child. What is the reason? Tantu kalpaha कविर दक्षः शुभ गो अमृत भाषणः न कर्ता नेहसे किंचित जड़ो उन्मत्त पिशाचवत. किंतु अपनी समर्थ ज्ञानी निपुण सुंदर एवं मधुरभाषी होइयाओ जड़ उन्मत्त और पिशाचेर न्याय अवस्थान पूर्वक कोनो रूप कार्यर चेष्टा ना संपादन करितेछेन ना. So Yadu is inquiring further. You are samartha, you are very capable person. You are young aged. You seem to be a capable person. You seem to be an intelligent man, Gyani. Nipun, you are an expert. Sundar, you look beautiful also. Evam madhura bhashi. And your speech is so nice. Means, by your speech you are attracting so many persons. You have all these good qualities. You are handsome, your speech is nice, you are capable, you are intelligent, you are expert, you have all these things, but you are behaving like a madman, haunted by the witches, like some ghostly persons. When they attack, people behave like a mad person. So even though you have all these qualities, why are you behaving like the persons who are haunted by ghosts? পিশাচের ন্যায় অবস্থানপূর্বক কোন রূপে কার্যের চেষ্টা বা সম্পাদন করতেছেন না। You are not doing any activity like an ordinary man does. You are in fact behaving like a person who is haunted by the ghosts. So what is the reason for it? जनेषु दह्यमानेषु कामलोभ दावाग्निना न तप्यासे अग्निना मुक्तो गंगाम्भस्तः इव द्वीपः। আর আপনি তরুণ বয়স্ক হইয়াও আপনার কামাদি সন্তাপ নাই, ইহার কারণ কি? Your age is, very young. You are very young aged, but still you have no sense gratificatory desires. How is it possible? In a young age there are so many sense gratificatory desires, but you look to be free from all those desires. How is it possible? What is the reason behind this? Please let me know. এই জগতের জনগণ কাম লোভাদি দ্বারা সর্বদা দগ্ধীভূত হইতেছে, তথাপি আপনি গঙ্গা জলস্থিত হস্তির ন্যায় ওই তাপ হইতে মুক্ত। In this material world I see that everyone is burning in the fire of lust and greed, isn't it? In this material world everyone is burning in the fire of lust and greed. I am seeing this, but in the middle of the forest fire it looks like you are sitting in the Ganga water. Means fully calm, quiet, serene, fully cool. Like in the fire, who can be, in a soothing environment? He is giving example of a kunjara, like an elephant in the middle of Ganga water. There is a fire that is surrounding the river, but an elephant who is inside the water, will he be burnt by the fire? No, he is very peaceful. So you look like that. How is it possible in this age you are not burnt by the fire of lust and greed and anger? How is it possible? You are understanding the questions? तम ही न पृच्छताम ब्रह्मन्नात्मन्यानंद कारणम ब्रूहि स्पर्श विहीनस्य भवतः केवलात्मनः। हे ब्रह्मन, आपनी पुत्र कलत्रादि शून्य अतैव विषय भोग रहित हইয়াও কি রূপে হৃদয়ে ঈদৃশ আনন্দ লাভ করিতেছেন? আমরা তাহার কারণ জিজ্ঞাসা করিতেছি, সুতরাং তাহা বর্ণনা করুন। So he is telling further that, my dear Brahmana, you don't seem to have wife and children, but still you are very happy. He is putting question that ordinarily people think that having family, having wife, children, parents, brothers, sisters, friends, one will be happy, isn't it? I have no friends, how can I be happy? We say like this. My father, mother, they are not there. Who take care of me? They are not there. How can I be happy? But here he is telling that you don't seem to have wife, you have no children, you have no family, but still you are happy. Why? Because actually the problem is we are looking for happiness outside of us, but actual happiness is within us. Atma is fully blissful. We are not looking at the place where the bliss is available, but we are looking in all the places where actually there is no bliss. When Draupadi was being stripped in the middle of the assembly, she was thinking that my husband will protect, my grandfather will protect, gurus will protect, and my Dhritarashtra will protect, father-in-law. So she was thinking that these persons are going to protect her. But actually, they were in a state that they could not protect themselves. How can a person who cannot protect himself protect others, give protection to others? We falsely believe that husband gives protection to us. But a husband, he himself in the danger, how can he give protection to his own wife? Husband thinks that if wife is not cooking, if she is not doing, if she is not supplying, then nothing is possible. But fool, he cannot understand that everything is being supplied by the Lord. So the thing is that we, instead of trying to look for happiness within ourselves, we are trying to look for happiness outside of us. Like Prahlad Maharaj says, a man, he thinks that he is not happy when he is alone. Therefore, he thinks that if I get married, I will be happy. He gets married. Once he gets married, he thinks that, oh, both of us are not happy, we shall have a child to become happy. They will have a child. Then they think that, oh, if we have a house of our own, then we will be happy. See, this is a known truth. This is an open secret. But still we are prey to this, isn't it? We are succumb to this fact. We know that we are entering into den of Maya. But we cannot help ourselves enter into it. Because we are still looking for fleeting happiness, flickering happiness. We are not looking for the happiness where we can get permanently. So here he is telling that you don't seem to have wife, you don't seem to have children, but still you are happy. Atai Vishabhog Rahit Hoyao Ki Rupe Hridaye. So we think that, if we have material happiness, then we will be happy, isn't it? We think that if we have more money, alas, if I had more money, then I would have done this. Alas, if I have a beautiful wife, then I would have been able to get happiness. Alas, if I have this, I would have. We just keep on repenting, but after we have more money or nice wife, then oh, alas, that was better. Isn't it? It's always like this. Because we are trying to look for happiness in Vishaya, in material things. But happiness does not exist in the material things. This mind falsely directs us towards this place that, oh, there is happiness here, but actually there is no real happiness. That is why Guru Maharaj used to say that if you want actual happiness, then you have to take a right about turn, take a U-turn completely. The path in which you are walking is not leading you towards happiness, but you have to take just the opposite turn. You are going further and further away from real happiness. If you want to get real happiness, just turn towards your own self. Just see within yourself. So here the question is, my dear Brahmana, you don't seem to have wife, children, grandchildren, etc. Therefore, there is no possibility that you are able to get any happiness out of the material things. But still, your heart seems to be very blissful. Where are you getting that bliss from? Where are you getting happiness from? Anand labh korte chen, amra tahar karan jigyasa korte. I want to inquire the reason for this. Because we foolishly think that having material things will give us happiness, but you doesn't seem to have all these things. Now I want to inquire from you, how is your heart still blissful without these things? Sutrang taha varnana kurun. Please describe in detail. I want to know that why you are behaving like a madman, why you are not performing any activities. You are capable to do so many things, but still you are not doing, and you don't seem to have material pleasures, but still you are very happy. Please tell me the reason in detail. Srila Prabhupada writes in the commentary, here Vishwanath Chakravarti writes in the commentary, Mukhei kotha bole, ei nyaye drisyaman afurant ananda tomar kotha hoite asiteche ihai jigyasa kortechan. There is a saying, right? Face is the index of man. Just by seeing the face, one can read whether he is happy, unhappy, what he is not. So, just by seeing the face of Avadhuta Brahmana, this Yadu could understand that he is certainly blissful from inside. So, Enyai Drishyaman Afurant Ananda Tomar Kotha Hoite Asitechi. So, I want to hear from you. Your face indicates that you are very happy. I have come to know what is the reason behind it. विषय भोग्य व्यतीत আপনি একাকী আছেন, You don't have material pleasures because you are alone. Because if you want material pleasures, you need to have family. You need to have, more members. Alone you cannot be happy. Alone you cannot be, enjoying. You need family. So you are alone. Tathapi eto ananda kotha hoite aste che. But still, where are we getting so much happiness from? Krishna Chakravarti Thakur is writing the mood of Yadu's question. Now, Srila Prabhupada, in his commentary, he says, Je Shakal Mukta Purush Jada Jagater Bhogavasana hoite nirmukta hoiya Bhagavat Seva Rupa Kaivalya Labh Koriyachen Taha dikke Rupa Rasa Gandha Sparshadi Akraman Kurite Asamartha. Srila Prabhupada says, a person who has been delivered from this material world, a person who has Bhagavat Seva Rupa Kaivalya Labh Koriyachan, a person who has attained the 1-point service of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, he who has transcended the material desires, and he who has attained the service of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, such persons is never tortured by the material, so-called material objects of the sense organs like taste, touch, smell, etc. They will never disturb him because he is fixed in the service of the Supreme Lord. A person who is fixed in that, he is not wavered, he cannot be disturbed by any material things. When the eyes are fulfilled by seeing the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, what material beauty can give him happiness? When the ears are fulfilled by listening the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, what material songs and music give happiness to him? A person who is constantly smelling and tasting the beautiful prasad of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, what kind of material nonsense foods will give pleasure to him? And a person who is touching the body of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, serving him personally, what other touch will deviate him from that? Not possible. Actually, these 5 are our enemies. Sound, touch, taste, smell, etc. These are our enemies. Sight. These 5 are our enemies. And these enemies are constantly pulling us in different directions. Isn't it? They are pulling us in different directions. The eyes want to go this way, ears want to go this way, nose want to go this way, touch wants to go some other way. But none of the senses are fulfilled. But there is only one source, Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, to whom if we go, all these are automatically fulfilled. So Srila Prabhupada writes in the commentary, a person who is serving Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, he is unaffected by any of these objects of the sense organs. Jahara रूप रसादि ते रुचि विशिष्ट ताहारा संसारे पुत्र कलत्रेर मायाए आबद्धहन. But those who have interest in these material sense objects, they have desire or attachment towards putra kalatra, about for the children, grandchildren, etc. Only those who want pleasures from material sense objects of the senses, they will have desire about the children and grandchildren. आपनी अवधूत सूत्रांग औपाधिक आनंदे मत ना था किया आपनार जे नित्यानंद स्फूर्ति देखा जाते छे उहार कारण अमादिक्य बोलून. You are not after औपाधिक आनंद, temporary happiness. You are not after temporary happiness. Yadu is telling to Avadhuta that I don't see that you are running after this temporary happiness, but you seem to be Nitya Ananda, you seem to be in eternal happiness. So, therefore, I want to inquire the cause of that eternal happiness. Please explain to me the reason for that. Shall we read one more? Just one. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Yadunaiva Mahabhago Brahmanyena Sumedhasa पृष्ठः सभाजितः प्राह प्रश्रयान अवनतम द्विजः. श्री भगवान बोलिलेन ब्राह्मण हितपरायण बुद्धिमान यदु कर्तृक यही रूप सम्मानित और जिज्ञासित होइया महाभागो ब्राह्मण अवधूत विनयावनत राजा के बोलते लागिलेन. So Supreme Lord is telling to Uddhava. Lord is speaking to Uddhava about the conversation between Yadu and Avadhuta. So Lord is telling to Uddhava, being thus inquired by the king Yadu like this. The king is like Vinayavanata, means he is fully humble. In a very submissive way he inquired, isn't it? Yadu has inquired to the Avadhuta Brahmana in a very submissive way. So, seeing the submissive nature of the king, Avadhuta Brahmana, who is Hitaparayan, it is Buddhima, and the king is further Brahmana Hitaparayan. He seems to be very, very affectionate towards the Brahmanas. The king, he did not say, why are you not working? Because the king, he can, rule his subjects. He would have told, you are a Brahmana, you are supposed to work, why are you sitting idle? But he said that you are not working, but you still seem to be happy. Please explain. So, that king is Brahmana Hitaparayan. He seems to be very affectionate to the Brahmanas. Buddhiman, very intelligent. Because the question he asked is intelligent. A person, whether he is intelligent or fool, you can understand by the question he puts forward. So, by the question, because he wants to know about Supreme. Any question regarding to Supreme Lord is intelligent. It's not that, this is a foolish question. No, if it is pertaining to Supreme Lord, it is intelligent. That is why when Suta Goswami and Suta Goswami, the conversation was happening between Saunakadi Rishis. The Saunakadi Rishis, they assembled in Naimesharanya and they asked Suta Goswami about so many questions about Supreme Lord. Then Suta Goswami, at first, he praised all the Rishis that your questions are very worth because they are pertaining to Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Your questions are very intelligent because a less intelligent man, a foolish person, can never inquire about Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So he praised the questioners that your questions are very, very praiseworthy because they remind me or they make me talk about Supreme Lord Shri Krishna's glories, which alone can bring. The king is intelligent and he has very submissively, respectfully, with great honor inquired from Avadhuta Brahmana. Being thus inquired in this way, the Brahmana started to speak to Yadu in this way. So now we will stop here. Tomorrow onwards we will listen what is the cause of Avadhuta Brahmana's happiness. Even though he is not acting anything, not performing any activity, no wife, no children, no material pleasure, but still he is blissful. The reason for it, Avadhuta Brahmana will explain tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sandubhya vitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavyo namo. Jai Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam.